Well, good afternoon and welcome back here to the MGM Grand Hotel. Special week. Very, very lucky to be here and a part of just an incredible fight. Of course, the WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion, Dimitry Bivol. Undefeated, unscathed, won every fight with great comfort, never been hurt, lived the perfect life. His opportunity, as we say in the strap line of this event, legacy is earned. This Saturday, he faces one of the greatest fighters of all time, the current pound-for-pound king of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, on a Cinco de Mayo fight weekend that is going to break all expectations at the T-Mobile Arena, live on DAZN pay-per-view this weekend. Before we talk to the fighters, before we talk to their teams, a couple of people that, of course, have great importance in this fight. We'll start with Joseph Markowski from DAZN. Joe, off the back of just a historic event last week at Madison Square Garden with Taylor Serrano, back-to-back epic events, back-to-back huge fight nights. Canelo Alvarez, the biggest star in the sport, back on DAZN, and a big moment for the platform on Saturday.
Yeah, there's not many ways you can follow up last weekend in New York. This is definitely one of them, the pound-for-pound king, back on DAZN. Canelo, welcome back to DAZN. Good to have you back. Tremendous fight. We're very proud to be broadcasting it, and we're very excited it's our first pay-per-view event here in the United States.
Obviously, we've seen from the numbers over the past, DAZN with Canelo. Canelo Alvarez is a one-off in many different ways, in the ring, outside of the ring, as a commercial giant of the sport, the standout pay-per-view king, and of course across America, Mexico, and around the world, just a huge star.
Yeah, and we love working with him. I think he's got a fantastic fight this weekend, a tough fight. We would thank Dimitri's team, World of Boxing, for their support. As ever, great partners, as ever, Matchroom as well. And yeah, as I say, we're truly excited. Fantastic Cinco de Mayo night for fans across the US and across the world. This is a huge fight in world boxing.
Thank you, Joe. Delighted also to welcome the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza. Gilberto, welcome. We know that Saul has every belt in the super middleweight division, but this Saturday, one belt on the line, and that of your champion, Dimitry Bivol. Of course, the WBA Super Championship on the line. Dimitry Bivol has been an incredible champion and looks to defend with honor against Saul on Saturday.
Yes, Eddie, thank you very much for this opportunity. You know, it's the 100th anniversary of the World Boxing Association, the first sanctioning body ever.
Take that one, please.
And
Gilberto, just take that one, please.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying, it's the 100th anniversary of the World Boxing Association. You know, we were the first sanctioning body ever. Having this fight is kind of like the top of everything. You know, on the Cinco de Mayo date, we're delighted, we are honored that both fighters are doing this, especially, you know, just so close to the 100 years. And what's history, Saul could be the first Mexican to become the light heavyweight champion of the world. Gracias, Saul, por siempre estar ahí presente. Thank you, Saul, for just being there. And Dimitry, you know, it's a real pleasure to have you both fighting for our organization. You know, we have a long history, both of us. You know, I believe I'm blessed representing my organization, and I'm blessed because I saw them careers develop. At some point, you know, Saul started with us 14 years ago when he was Fede Centro champion and that was welterweight, if I'm not wrong, April, something like this. I was just looking at the stats. And Dimitry, I follow him since he was an amateur, and now, you know, being him developed and having all these titles to us represents a real honor. So I'm wishing the best fight of all, and I'm wishing them, you know, may the best man win.
Thank you very much, Gilberto. Vadim Kornilov from World of Boxing, of course, and the manager of Dimitry Bivol. Vadim, I joked with you earlier this week, you know, you've taken the mickey out of me that I'm Team Canelo, but of course, we've represented and worked with Dimitry Bivol with you for a long time. And I always said to you, this opportunity, this moment will come for Dimitry Bivol, and you've always believed that this man was good enough to become a pound-for-pound great. On Saturday night, he gets the opportunity of a lifetime to etch his names with some of the greatest fighters of all time in the sport. And he looks fantastic, he looks ready. You believe he has a great opportunity to shock the world on Saturday.
Thank you, Eddie. We appreciate the opportunity. You've always supported Dimitry. You know, you've been a part of his team many fights, and we appreciate, you know, coming together to this point, because this is a very big fight. I actually want to take this moment to announce that Frank Smith is the new promoter of Dimitry Bivol, and until Saturday night, Eddie has a chance to come back on the team if he wants to, but after that, we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate it, Eddie. You know, Matchroom has been very supportive. You know, Dimitry became a world champion with Matchroom, if I remember correctly. And since then, you know, we've had many barriers that we went through together. You know, there's been some times when we couldn't get a fight, and Matchroom always supported. The zone, you know, we've been fighting on the zone for many fights, and hopefully this is going to be a big fight. A legacy is earned is a very big name, and I think this has to do with both fighters here, because and the promotion and the TV, because this could be a very big event. Everybody knows that this is a very tough fight for Canelo, a very tough fight for Dimitry. Both guys are going to supersede whatever they did before, I believe, and I think this can be very exciting. Want to thank everybody who's involved. You know, there's been, throughout the career of Dimitry, there's been many promoters that also supported Dimitry. World of Boxing, you know, has been there since the beginning. Main Events took part in this promotion and has helped promote some of fights for Dimitry Bivol. RCC Boxing was involved. Just wanna say that this has been a long road, and this is where it comes to. And I appreciate to all of Team Canelo. Very respectful, very honorable, and I appreciate the opportunity, and we hope this is going to be a great event on May 7th, Saturday night.
We know to the wider world that Canelo Alvarez is always the favourite going into fights, but within boxing, a lot of people feel that Dimitry Bivol is probably one of the toughest fights of Canelo Alvarez's career so far. Give us a couple of words on the mindset of Dimitry Bivol and what you've seen this week. I mean, it looks like ice is literally running through his veins. I don't know if his pulse has got over 40 all week. Relaxed, ready, fully confident that this moment won't be too big for Dimitry Bivol on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way he is until we get to the room and he's all nervous and he's, you know, shaking and he's worried. We were just joking about it in the back. Everybody's like, you know, Dimitry seems very relaxed, and I'm like, that's only until we get to the room, you know, and then I have to like sleep on the couch to make sure that I'm around. No, I mean, Dimitri's always had that mindset. You know, he's always very focused. His mentality, like he always says, is very important in boxing. And I think both these guys here, it's not, you know, the boxing skills are there, the speed, the power, all the attributes, the experience, but I think the mentality is what gets you to this level. And I really believe that Dimitri's mindset is part of why he's here, and part of why, you know, and I believe the same, like with Canelo Alvarez. I think he already has everything, he's already achieved everything, but then he takes a fight with a tough opponent at a higher weight class. It's not because of anything else, but proving to himself and his fans that, you know, he's one of the best. And same thing with Dimitry. You know, so these guys are meeting here. It's not about anything that's involved. It's not about, you know, obviously there's a title on the line that WBA is supporting. You know, Dimitry Bivol has been a WBA champion, but it's really about earning legacy. It's about two guys meeting in the ring and proving they're not afraid of anything. They're not backing out of any fights. They're not backing out of any challenge, and they're here to prove that.
Thank you, Vadim. We talk to the trainers now, two tremendous trainers of these two great champions, Gennady Mashinov and Eddie Reynoso. Gennady, firstly, welcome. You've been with Dimitry a long time. You've seen him try and get the recognition. You've seen him become world champion. You've seen him defeat great fighters with ease, you know, like Jean Pascal and the current world champion, Joe Smith. But this is a big challenge, and you fully believe that Dimitry is ready for this challenge on Saturday.
Вы были с Димой с самого начала. Дима побеждал Джо Смита, Паскаля, многих больших, лучших бойцов. Что вы ожидаете от этого боя в субботу? Какие у вас ожидания? Дмитрий.
Ну, я хочу поблагодарить прежде всего команду Канело, что они решили взять этот бой, рискованный для них. И хочу поблагодарить организаторов, которые организовали этот бой. Прежде всего Эдди хочу поблагодарить, сказать ему большое спасибо. Матчрум и Дазон, что они организовывают этот бой. Я хочу сказать, что Дима на сегодняшний момент готов очень хорошо, и хочу пожелать, чтобы бой был очень хороший, и чтобы зрители, болельщики были в восторге от этого боя.
First of all, I want to say thank you, and give my appreciation to Team Canelo for giving this opportunity and for making this fight, because I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a legendary fight. I want to thank Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, for the opportunity and for organizing this great event. And it's been a long road that we've enjoyed very much together. As far as Dimitry, he's 100% ready for this fight, and that makes us very happy and very confident, because training camp went very well, and we're looking forward to a great fight.
Thank you, Gennady. Eddie, welcome. Just another week of business for you to take care of, but a great challenge in Dimitry Bivol. I know that when I spoke to you about the fights, every time Sal wants to face the champions, every time he wants to create legacy. But this fight against a young, hungry, fresh world champion looks like a big challenge for the team on Saturday.
Bienvenido, Eddie. En primer lugar, obviamente es otra semana para ti, el business como siempre, pero obviamente es un gran reto. Cuando hablamos de esta pelea, sabemos que Saúl siempre busca peleas con campeones, también para construir su legado, pero se enfrenta a un joven peleador que también es peligroso el sábado y va a ser un reto muy difícil para Canelo el sábado.
Sí, es una pelea muy difícil, una pelea complicada ante un campeón que le ha ganado a buenos boxeadores, a campeones mundiales con muy buena experiencia amateur, y la verdad un tremendo boxeador. Estamos dando aquí nosotros ventajas, pero pues al final la historia la escriben los que toman retos, y así como tomamos el reto de subir a las 168 libras, ahora estamos tomando este reto de subir a las 175 ante un tremendo boxeador, un gran campeón, y esperemos que las cosas nos salgan bien.
Yes, obviously it's a really difficult, complicated fight against a really good champion, a boxer that's faced some great champions over the years as well. He's got a great amateur pedigree as well. He's a really good boxer, and people are saying that we've got the advantage, but you know, we're always looking to write history. That's why we've gone up to 175. But he's a tremendous boxer, and it'll be a really difficult fight on Saturday.
Thank you, Eddie. Dimitry, welcome. I mean, you're up against it this weekend against a great champion. Cinco de Mayo weekend, the atmosphere is going to be incredible. But I know, through working with you and the team, this is the moment you've waited for your entire career. Winning the World Championship was a great achievement, but I know you've always wanted to go down in history as one of the greats of the sport. You have your moment, you have your opportunity on Saturday night.
Yes, of course, I'm really glad that I got my opportunity. I asked my team many years. I want to fight against the best guys from light heavyweight division, from super middleweight, and now I got this fight. And I want to say thank you, Eddie, for making this fight dozen, my promoter, World of Boxing, and RCC promotion, and of course, Frank Smith. Yeah. And yes, I'm glad, and I'm focused on May 7 now, and I hope we will make a great fight for boxing fans, and I believe in me. I had a long trip to this moment, and now I have to do my job.
I know in the past we've talked about unification fights with Sergey Kovalev and Beterbiev, and you've been chasing all those fights for years. But now you come in against the pound-for-pound number one, you know, the greatest fighter in boxing. You truly believe that you can be victorious and cement your name as a pound-for-pound king of boxing this weekend?
You know, to be honest, every time when I came to the ring, I believe in my victory. If you don't believe what you do, you never win. And I believe in my victory. Why not? I'm in boxing since I remember myself, since 5 years old. When I was 16, I was a 2 times world champion for amateur, and it means a lot. I think, and now I have a belt. I have 90 fights, and I have a belt. I'm the champion. Why not?
Do you have to use, of course, great amateur pedigree, but do you have to use your size in there? We know you have great speed. We know you have great feet. We know you have power as well, but the one thing about Sal is he's not a 175-pounder. He's not a light heavyweight. Do you have to use that size as an advantage this weekend?
You know, in fight like this, which going to May 7, you have to use all your advantage, all your advantage and use all mistakes your opponent.
And finally, we know, of course, it's Canelo Alvarez, but you are the champion. He is challenging for your title. He's coming to take the belt from you, and you will defend that belt with everything you have this weekend.
Yeah, of course, I wanna keep my belt, and I wanna win, and of course I respect him. He's a great champion, and this is much more challenge for me to not only just keep my belt and check my skills against the one of the best fighter.
Thank you, Dimitry. So, welcome. This fight, as it gets closer, a lot of people talking about the quality of this fight. Of course, people talk about you stepping up in weight to light heavyweight, but listening to Dimitry Bivol, the experience as an amateur, the world championship pedigree through the amateur stage, this is a world-class fighter that you're facing this weekend.
Yes, he's a really good champion. He's a really good fighter. We know that, but and we train for him. He's a really good fighter. He have a lot of skills, a lot of experience in amateur. He's a solid champion in 175. But I know, and I'm ready. I believe in my skills, and I'm very confident with how strong I am.
What is it about you and facing champions? You know, in your last 10 fights, one was a mandatory you had to take, one was Rocky Fielding, but 8 times in your last 10 fights, you've faced world champions with an opportunity to take their belts. You, the pound-for-pound king of the sport, are the challenger this weekend going into this fight. What is the mentality of Canelo in dethroning these champions? Seems like a big motivation to you.
Yeah, I like that kind of challenge because I just want to make history, and this kind of challenge is going to put me in the top in the books of history of boxing. So I feel alive when I have this kind of challenge. I respect the boxing skill of Dimitry Bivol, but it's my time, and I feel in my prime, and I enjoy this kind of moments.
61 fights, and Gilberto talked there about fighting for a WBA regional title back at welterweight, now up at 175. Is the weight jump part of the challenge? You know, you ruled the divisions in middleweight and super middleweight. Do you have to take these steps to give yourself bigger challenge, almost oversized in this weight class?
Yes, because I beat all the champions in 168, so for now I'm okay in that way, right? I need to take other challenge for myself, not just for make history. I need to feel that kind of challenge, and to go up in 175 and have the opportunity to win other title is amazing for me.
And closing off, the mindset of Canelo Alvarez, having achieved everything you could only have dreamed of as a young fighter. You see that in the eyes of Dimitry Bivol, that chance to create greatness for himself that you have. Legacy is earned, we say in this. And you know that he will be bringing everything to you, but the hunger still burns so deeply within your heart for this sport of boxing.
Yeah, no, I know. He's going to bring everything, and I like the idea because the only thing I want is bring a really good fight and put everything in the boxing history. Really good fight is going to be there in the boxing books. So he's very confident. I'm very confident. That's going to be a really good fight.
And finally, we know your Mexican fans are also important to your journey. Last Cinco de Mayo, we were at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, was incredible. But back in Las Vegas, Cinco de Mayo weekend, it's going to be very special. The weigh-in tomorrow and, of course, fight night on Saturday.
Yeah, it's very special for me, and I feel proud to represent my country in this weekend, on Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's just, I feel blessed representing my country in this weekend. So thank you so much, and for all the support, and I can't wait.
Thank you, Saul. I love boxing, and this is an incredible, incredible fight. The pound-for-pound king of the sport of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, once again steps up in weight outside of his comfort zone to challenge, in my opinion, the best 175-pounder in the world. He challenges the world champion Dimitry Bivol this Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena, live and exclusive on DAZN pay-per-view. We look forward to an incredible event. We thank the media, we thank all our partners. This is a special moment for the sport. Tune in and enjoy what I believe will be an incredible fight this weekend in Las Vegas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.